everybody. So today we're going to talk about the top 5 defense Digimon. And now I was previously asked on YouTube by comments by a few people about to make a video of top 5 defense, top 5 attack and top 5 skill Digimon. So today is going to be the defense Digimon. And first of all, obviously the first one, I'm sure you guys can guess on this game which one is the top defense Digimon. Now I'm going to scroll down. I don't actually have him unlocked yet. Well, probably going to take a few months or maybe longer than that. But the first defense Digimon in the whole game is Devimon. Now this guy is a flipping HP draining monster. He's like, it'll kill you before you know it. I mean, if you see the top players, you can get this if you. This is obviously through events, because there's no other way to get him, just through the events. And when the event comes on, there's actually quite a lot of challenge to get him, and you have to spend loads of diamonds to get him. But once you get him, it's kind of really worth it though. Now, if you go through his skills, first of all, let's go through everything else. He's a potential 16 Digimon, and he has high attack already. I mean, even though he's 4-star, if you compare him to an attack type Digimon, so let's go with 4-star Geogreymon. His attack is 1364 and Devimon is 2900. It's almost just double Geogreymon's attack. And his defense is high. His HP is, oh, he's insane. Look at that. Look at the HP. So high attack and higher recovery. His description. His evolution is Vamdemon and then Venom Vamdemon, like similar to the Digimon anime. And the fate, own Angemon, Devimon, Turuyamon. Now this fate might be a bit hard to get because you have to get Angemon and Turuyamon, and these two are both through events. And then the next one is Exvimon, Devimon and Burning Greymon. So Burning Greymon is the easy one to get. Exvimon is probably easier to get than Devimon. I was going to say Devimon. So it's Exvimon is easier to get than Devimon because you can get Exvimon through the guild battle. So depending on how much you win on guild battles, you can get that through there. And then we have Ultimate Defense Devimon, Melkabuterimon, Gaogamon. Now Melkabuterimon and Gaogamon, I will talk to you about that as well. So Melkabuterimon, if you just start the game, it's kind of a bit, it's easy to get if you focus on it, but it's a bit of a pain in the ass sometimes. And Gaogamon is through the tournament, I think. And then we have here is Awakened Weapon, which you have to pay probably shitloads of diamonds or exchange through events. And then the rings and Digivice and the skills. So now the skill, for example, here we release destructive beam from wings, deal 155% plus 30 damage to a single target with 20% chances to stun enemy for 1 round. Also cause 60% extra damage to offensive Digimon. That's 60% extra damage to offensive Digimon. If, for example, it's fighting, obviously, if you're fighting with Agnemon, Agnemon is very strong for a 1-to-1, and he has high attack. But if this guy is fighting with Agnemon, he's going to destroy Agnemon. He's going to destroy Agnemon in no matter what. He's going to destroy him. And the next one is stretch his hands to penetrate enemy and attack a random enemy at back row, dealing 400 plus 48 damage with 40% HP reduction. Also deal 100% extra damage with HP reduction. Once the exclusive weapon is awakened, it can increase revive rate by 30%. So I'm guessing revive rate would be that any teammate that's died already, you can revive them, I think. Or it's probably talking about itself, but if it dies, you can revive, similar to Shakumon. But if it's to revive your teammate, that's even more better. And then the next one, Super HP. Super heal. Wow. Increase 7% HP per self, and then Death Hand. In battle, one can greatly increase control rate, resistance rate. Once it's upgraded to max, one can almost be immune from control. Also increase control resistance rate by 40% for self. Now that's pretty cool. So basically, it's very hard to stun, silence, or like what else can you do? You can actually stun and silence. That's it, right? or turn them into puppet as fucking puppet one does. So it's very hard to silence this Digimon or stun him. I'm not sure if this works with debuff though. But anyway, and the next one is a passive skill, so deal higher damage to target, higher damage rate, and decrease damage taken. Now we're talking about a soul here. So increase 104 fury every time you receive damage. So its soul is not the best. If you had soul that's increased fury at the start of the round, that would be a lot better for Devimon. Because you can literally just start the round, you'll have full. If you level up the fury, you can have full fury and unleash hell upon the enemy. And then arena, the rest are simple. They're all the same. So, okay, that's number 1. Now, number 2. By the way, if you guys leave a comment down below, what do you guys think would be the first Defense Digimon to all the way to number 5? Before I tell you which one is number 2 now. So if you go ahead, and I think I already unlocked. Well, I have Metal Kabuterimon here unlocked already, but actually number 2 is going to go to Geogreymon. Geogreymon is the second best tank in the game. Now, the reason that is because Geogreymon is such a huge amount of HP. And his defense is high as well. Now if you see Geogremon's defense 916 and Devimon was 1000, I think. Where are you, Devimon? So 1100. The defense is almost similar to Devimon, and this Digimon is potential 15, and Devimon is potential 16, so you can tell the difference. That's why his defense is higher. But in turn, he will have Geogreymon has lower attack than Devimon, so that's why he's the second one. Now, to unlock his fate, to increase attack and HP, you need Geogreymon, Exvimon, and Pseudomon, Kilomon, Devimon. Those are easy to get, and then you need unlimited defense. You will need Devimon for this. And then let's go through the skills. So release a strong whirlwind from his mouth. Deal to an enemy with 12 chances to stun target for 1 round. It says here 12% chance to stun target, but you can level this up, and hopefully that would go up to 20%, I think. And its ultimate skill is close enemy with invincible speed and deal damage to enemies in a vertical row. Now this is pretty cool because you can damage enemies in a vertical row instead of doing 1v1. I mean, it's not the best for tournaments or I mean, for tournaments, you could be good as well, because if you level him up, his attack will be good too. But the one for tournament is better if you have Devimon and Metal Kabuterimon, because those two are more focused for 1v1. Because Geogreymon is vertical attack, and then decrease damage rate by 40% per self. Also increase damage immune rate by 60% per self. So that's 60% damage immune rate for 2 rounds. Now, 60% damage immune rate is quite high, like not just quite high, it's super high. And also, once the exclusive weapon is awakened, you can attach 35 stun rate. So that's pretty cool. If you start attacking vertically, then he's gonna hopefully you can attack both Digimon at once, like stun them at once as well. So that's pretty cool. And we have here Super HP enhance, and in battle 1 can increase 10 defense for all ally Digimon. So now this one here is pretty cool, because it's not just increased defense for defense Digimon, but increase for all, no matter if it's defense, skill, or attack. And then it's increased fury every time you receive damage. And the fury is similar to Devimon. So this is why Geogreymon is number 2 on the list. Geogreymon, Mac Geogreymon, and Mirage Geogreymon is evolution form. And the third one on my list is where is it? Beetlemon. Here we go. We have here Beetlemon, or also known as Metal Kabuterimon or Rhino Kabuterimon. This Kogabuterium looks funny. What is this, a dance? And Rhinokabuterium, wow. This is Rhinokabuterium is going to have insane HP. Or even strong defense. He already has strong defense as well. After he uses his ultimate skill, his defense is insane. Now, let's go and look at his skills first. Ultimate Thunder. Collect and then fire all of his energy from both of his arms. Deal damage to a single target and increase block effect by 30% for self, lasting for 2 rounds. Now, block effect is good, but increased defense or defense immune rate is a lot better. And then Ultimate Field Destroyer, his ultimate skill. Fire an extremely high speed positron laser from the gun turret on its head. Deal damage to a single target and increase defense by 50% for self with 20% damage immune rate. So this increases defense by 50% compared to Geogreymon. Increased damage immune rate by 60% and damage rate, I think, by 20%. So in turn, Geogreymon has a better ultimate skill, but still, Metalkabuterium's ultimate skill is still really good because of the 50% defense. Once the exclusive weapon is awakened, it attaches 15% chances to paralyze target. Now that's pretty cool too. And then you have here HP enhanced, which is, it says Mega. It's not super, but it's Mega. And then Thunder Armor. In battle, one increase defense by 1.9 for all allied Digimon. This is really good as well, similar to Geogreymon. And the Soul. So the Soul is increased 115 Fury at the start of the fight. Now this is what you want. You find this pretty. This will be really useful. And the Fate. Let's have a look at the Fate. So with the Fate with Metalkabuterium, it's a lot easier to get than Devimon and Geogreymon. So I'm just missing Repamon here, which will be easy to get in a few more weeks. And next, number 4. Now with number 4, what's kind of I mean, don't look at my Digimon, but don't look at my Defense Digimon here because it's my personal. Excuse me, guys. This is my personal one. This is my Mars mod. So the next one, I'll put on my list as Ranamon. It was either Ranamon or Kabuteriumon. So I went with Ranamon because of the Fury release and Fury Steel. Now if you have a look at Ranamon, it's a potential 15 Digimon and its evolution is Ranamon, Kalmaramon and Ancient Mermaidmon. Now go back and have a look at Fate, and its location is Fury Controller. Now what this is good for is similar to Kabuteriumon. You can control this more like for all Digimon. It's not just focused on 1 or 2, it's for more of it affects all of Digimon. And to unlock his Fate is kind of easy as well, because the Digimon to obtain are pretty easy too. And here are the skills. So jump to kick enemies hard and deal damage to a single target enemy. Reduce the speed to recover Fury by 30% for target Digimon. I mean, 30% is good. I mean, it's not pretty bad, it's pretty good, but it could be higher, I guess. And then the ultimate skill. Quickly twist through enemies and deal damage to all enemies and randomly decrease 150 Fury for 2 enemies. Now, obviously it says randomly decrease 150 Fury for 2 enemies. So you can be at the front row or back row and you can work your way around there, depending which one it decreases, but it's kind of up to you guys, because, I mean, awaken weapon and increase all effects. And the best thing is recover Fury for self by 30%. Now that's pretty cool too, because you can keep using the ultimate skill over and over again very fast, especially if you have their soul leveled up very fast. The next one is increase HP for self, and then Evil Idol. In battle, increase self 10%, no 11.5 reflection rate. If 2 or more defensive allied Digimon are in battle, increase damage immune rate and 10% Fury recover speed, and defensive Digimon and increase self 30% damage immune rate, and 30% fury recover speed in the first round. Now, I've heard a lot of stories about Ranamon, about this skill as well. Now, Ranamon is really good if you have another 2 more defense Digimon. Now here it says if 2 or more defensive Digimon. Now you don't need more than 2. You need 2 in your team. If there's 2 or more, okay, it's good. But if you have another defense Digimon, then this skill will take effect, and this is going to increase your immune rate, your fury recovery, defense, and self 10% 30% damage immune rate, and fury recovery by 30%. So it's kind of good if you have another defense Digimon. Otherwise, to have Ranamon on its own, it's not really worth it. Now, as I said, Ranamon is on the 4th list. I would kind of put Ranamon along with Blizzardmon. I mean, Blizzardmon is most of an attack defense type Digimon, because he has a higher attack and critical rate than most defense type Digimons, but it's still a defense Digimon with higher HP and defense. So this is number 4. Number 5 is Blizzardmon. Now, if since I made number 4 Ranamon, you could change Ranamon into Blizzardmon and replace Blizzardmon with Kabuterimon or Leomon. Personally, I would rather use Kabuterimon rather than Ranamon, because of Kabuterimon can vertically attack 2 Digimon with ultimate skill, and the best thing is it can reduce the fury of both Digimon. But Leomon is pretty good for a 1v1 on tournament as well, similar to Blizzardmon. Now Blizzardmon and Leomon are most like attack type defense Digimons. So you can see that Leomon's attack and Blizzardmon's attack is a bit different. But Blizzardmon has higher HP. Now, let's go and have a look at the skills here for Blizzardmon. And Blizzardmon is a lot easier to get as well. I mean, to get his shards because of the Chakmon adventures. So restricts enemies' movement with the extensible hair. Slash with the pointed end of the blade, dealing damage. Also increased critical rate by 6% for all allies, lasting for 2 rounds. Now this would be really good as well if you have this combined with Geogreymon, and then it was ultimate skill. Now the ultimate skill is wield the fuck is that, and the fuck is that too, to chop up enemies in front row, deal damage and increase critical rate by 30% for self. Now this increased critical rate for self, not for anyone else. So in turn, this is why this Digimon is more of a 1v1, and it's more like an attack Digimon. So lasting for 1 round. Also have 10% chances to stun each target for 1 round. Once the exclusive weapon is awakened, one can attack all enemies. Now with Blizzardmon, he attacks 3 Digimon in the front row, and most cases I've seen is that he can stun 1 or 2 without even having an exclusive weapon, and his damage is pretty good too. And next is HP advance, and in battle 1 can increase defense for self, and the rest are similar to everything else. And soul is increased fury every time you receive damage. So that's my top 5 Digimon, defense type Digimon. But I am going to make number 6. Number 6 is going to be Kabuterimon. If I can find Kabuterimon somewhere. Only, as I said earlier, because he can attack you can attack Digimon in this vertical row, which would be a good combination along with like Garurumon, Greymon, Rise Greymon, or Reapamon, all these Digimon that attack in vertical row. So that way, if you can't kill them, you can use Kabuterimon as a last resort to decrease the fury, so they can't attack you with fury, they can't kill you or silence you or whatever their ultimate skills may be. This would be very good also in like digital training and in the elite battles, or even in guild battle too. Now it's Fate. To unlock the Fate is very easy as well, and its skills. So deal damage to enemies in a vertical row and decrease 200 fury for target. Also increase defense by 20% for allies in front row. Now this is pretty cool skill to have as well. And then the next one, in battle 1, increase defense by 380 for self. Now this would be a lot better if it was increased defense for all allies, similar to Geogreymon, but obviously it's not. So there you have Kabuterimon, and after that, after Kabuterimon, I would suggest Tankmon, because of his high attack against I think it was high attack against attack Digimons. Let's just have a look anyway. His skill. Strike Cannon causes extra 80% damage to offensive Digimon. Yeah, that's the one. Similar to Devimon. And his other skill is increased battle. Okay, increased defense for self, and then this one is extra, and again extra damage to offensive Digimon. And then increased damage immune rate by 5%. Now you see it's 5% where the Geogreymon was by 30%. Are you see what the fuck is it?
Yes, I'm not allowed to be frivolous.
What the fuck? Hey Siri, go away.
What did I do to deserve that?
Oh my god, you appeared out of nowhere?
I don't understand. Why can't you appear out of nowhere? But I could search.
Oh, go away, man. Okay, next. Yeah, that's it. So that's over my top 5 Defense Digimon. So I'll leave it at that. Thanks everyone for watching. I was a bit like stumbling over the descriptions a little bit. I noticed myself. So you don't have to tell me down in the comments below, you know. It'll be a lot better, easier for me. Don't make me embarrassed. Okay, so thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed this and it helps you guys a lot, or a little bit. So make sure to leave any comments you have down below, and subscribe. Take care everyone.